going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of KozMatt's Wrestling Recap. Let's get right into an entertaining episode of Monday Night Raw, the last one before WrestleMania. What did you think of the show, Matthew?
I think it was absolutely fuego, dude. The show just nonstop action. I'm pumped for WrestleMania. So I really didn't expect them to kick Raw off the way they did, but they kick it off with the Beast incarnate, the WWE champion Brock Lesnar. He just shot a fire promo tonight, especially alone, explaining what he's going to do to Roman come Sunday, taking the trip down memory lane with Brock standing tall as your reigning, defending World Heavyweight Unified Champion. So let's see if that smack talk comes true. But Roman, he did have a good rebuttal promo shortly after, but we'll get to that. But let's head next. So what we talked about earlier in our preview video, The Miz heading down to the ring, of course, talking about stealing Rey Mysterio's mask last week. Rey, of course, welcomes the greatest luchador of all time.
Absolutely hilarious.
Logan. I bought it. I ate into it. Miz tells Rey whichever mask he wears to their match next, he will take, like he did last week. Dominic and Rey do head down. They weren't fucking around, dude. Clearing the ring with the ref actually ejecting Dominic because he attacked the Miz early on. But the match does start and we cut to a break. But then we come back with Rey just rolling up the Miz. So the crowd got a match, but people watching over TV, we just saw the beginning 5 seconds of it and the last 5 seconds of it. But Dominic attacks Lucha Logan, I'm going to call him from now on, after the match, going for a 619 with his dad. But Logan is pulled out of the way by The Miz, but both Rey and Dominic actually attacked The Miz with a double 619 standing tall. Logan Paul didn't seem to help him after that. It looks like he was a little bit frightened.
Oh, man, Logan Paul looked like he did not know what to expect from Rey and Dominic. I must say this really got me hyped for their match at WrestleMania. I think this was the perfect segment with Lucha Logan, as you called him, wearing that mask, man, doing flips and stuff on his way to the ring. Really brought the energy, and that's what you love to see on the road to WrestleMania.
Hey, for sure. So what I'm going to get into next. So we did not see Seth Rollins on Raw tonight, but this summed up why we didn't. So after that match, we got a promo of Seth Rollins actually entering Vince McMahon's office. So they made a video package. Supposedly this morning, Vince McMahon wanting a meeting with Seth Rollins. So they show a package of Seth Rollins showing up to Vince McMahon's office in Stamford, Connecticut. Vince McMahon telling Seth he will be present at WrestleMania and his opponent will be Vince's choosing.
I wonder who it could be. I wonder who it could be.
Veer, huh?
Oh, man, maybe. I mean, Veer, Shanky, Jinder Mahal. No, we all know who it is. It's Cody Damn Rhodes, and I'm so excited, man. I cannot contain myself.
You know what? I think we all know what's coming, but once it actually happens, I think we're just going to be electric. But what happened next, I just knew what was going to happen. So Omos is out next, set to take on actually both Eric and Ivar, the Viking Raiders. You know, he made them look weak. I hated seeing it. You know, Eric doesn't make the rest count as Ivar tends to Eric, who's ringside, and hurt Omos with another victory standing tall. Kevin Patrick in the ring with Omos, asking Omos who we can feel threatened by, and Omos says no one, as none other than Bobby Lashley's music hits. I was right again. I was so happy about this. It took Bobby a minute, but he was actually able to get Omos down with the shoulder tackle. But Bobby points at the WrestleMania sign as Omos actually accepts and kind of points too. See what they were doing there. You know what? Bobby Lashley, good for him to be back. And you know what? I'm happy to see him in the spotlight with Omos.
Oh, man, you called it in our preview video. I cannot wait for this match at WrestleMania. The card is really starting to get stacked, and I'm here for it. I think Bobby Lashley, like you said earlier, is absolutely going to destroy Omos. I'm going to be sad to kind of see it, but I think Omos needs to be taken down a peg.
I think so. I think so, you know, but I hope they have something for him after WrestleMania. You know, I really hope they do, because he does have potential. Just depends how they want to present him to us. But what we see next, Reginald in the back with Dana Brooke.
Oh,
Reginald gets on one knee. I didn't see this coming. Reginald gets on one knee and Dana says yes. So he asked, what a shit show.
We all know these WWE proposals do very well. You know, we had Bobby Lashley and Lana. Who can forget about that one? We had Lita and Edge. We had Edge and Vicky Guerrero. They all end very well, man.
During all this, Tamina attacks both Dana and Reginald, and then they kind of skip away. And then she goes for a pin on Dana Brooke, hoping to get the 24/7 championship, but they both obviously moved. But out of nowhere, Tozawa appears and proposes to Tamina. She just looked disgusted, dude. It was hilarious. She picked him up, and then said yes. And then we see R-Truth just in the shadows in the back with binoculars with a ref. So I don't know what R-Truth is going to do, man.
Oh man, we're gonna see it at WrestleMania. I cannot wait to see these
He is
shenanigans.
going to sell WrestleMania. R-Truth is just going to be lit up, dude. I cannot wait for Truth at WrestleMania.
Oh man, he's gonna make whatever star-studded time that he has. He's gonna make the most of it, and I cannot wait to see what he does at WrestleMania.
For sure, especially this man next, Roman Reigns, who's out next to a pretty good pop. The Usos by his side, some booze, but the crowd was really fired up. Tonight's crowd, Raw in Pittsburgh, was fucking phenomenal. But
Oh, absolutely.
Mike with a fire promo, and you know what? Acknowledged me as poor throughout. Our speakers actually have to turn down the speakers and fucking scream. But Roman started getting pissed off by the what chants from the crowd, and it was just great. Roman is pissed that he has done everything in WWE, but beat the Beast at WrestleMania. He proclaims Roman bringing up WrestleMania 34, of course, a few years ago, and how he changed the game. Roman vowing to make it personal, and then holds up the one with his cousins. So I think two great promos from both Brock and Roman. This is an even matchup going into WrestleMania.
Yeah, man, I gotta ask you, who do you think's gonna walk out with that unified title?
Roman.
Oh, dude, I'm going with Brock, man. History is gonna repeat itself, and we're gonna see the Beast stand tall.
We'll save that for
doing all
another
cool
video
stuff.
before WrestleMania. We'll do a predictions because I have some backfire on that. But let's move next. Raw, it certainly moved, but it just went by slow. It wasn't horrible, but we see Zelina and Carmella in the back, hyped.
Oh god.
Natalia and Shayna interrupting, vowing to listen to them to lead them to a victory tonight. I didn't care about this match. Next segment, it's boss time. Sasha headed down to the ring for the 8-woman tag team match with their opponents, with Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Naomi taking on Shayna Baszler, Natalia, Carmella, and Zelina. Rhea picks up the win for her team. I really don't care to explain what happened in this match, but what I do care next, Kevin Owens. We're gonna just transition right to Kevin Owens out, just mocking Steve Austin once again. Kevin Owens bringing up his mockery last week on the Rattlesnake. Kevin Owens says last week's mockery was the closest thing we will ever see to the old Stone Cold. And then Kevin Owens ranting on Stone Cold, calling him Steve. KO vowing to toast to Stone Cold. This come WrestleMania, passing the torch to Kevin Owens for being a better Stone Cold. We all know Kevin Owens will never be another Stone Cold, even though how much of a wannabe Stone Cold Kevin Owens wants to be.
Oh man, Kevin Owens is making the most of this segment that he's doing with Stone Cold Steve Austin. I cannot wait for the KO show, and I think KO is going to get stunned by the original Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I think so too. So for our next segment, we did not see McAfee tonight, but that is okay. Ricochet out next set to take on Austin Theory. A clean win for Austin with an ATO after stopping Ricochet with a move off the top rope. So you know what? I think SmackDown, we're going to see the last final selling between Austin Theory and Pat McAfee.
Oh man, I'm here for it. I love the big Pat man, and I cannot wait to see what he does on SmackDown.
Absolutely. So what's our next segment? It is Bianca Belair. She is back. She's not 100%, but she will be ready for her WrestleMania match against big time Bex from her attack 2 weeks ago. But a heartfelt promo from EST as Becky's music hits, but Bianca was smart as Becky tried attacking her from behind. Last week, she actually did. This week, Bianca knew what was going to happen. Becky attempted to actually cut Bianca's hair with a thing of scissors. Dude, the scissors were huge, but roles were reversed. Bianca hits Becky with the KOD and snips her hair. She actually snipped like a good few pieces of hair. Like the refs couldn't stop her, but Becky was irate after vowing to end Bianca, just mumbling it over and over. I'm going to end you. I'm going to end you. It got me fired up, and I'm pumped to see it. But you know what? I think we're going to see Karma be a bitch, and I think we're going to see Bianca's hair snipped away come WrestleMania by the big time Bex.
Yeah, man. I hope they donate that to some sort of charity, man. She cut off a lot of hair there. I must say, Raw did a decent job building us up to WrestleMania, the go home show. All the segments and promos were pretty good tonight, and I was here for it.
I think so too. So we have the last two segments. Drew McIntyre next heading down to the ring for a 2-on-1 handicap match against Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. Ahead of this match alone with Corbin come this year's WrestleMania against Drew McIntyre. I see what they were doing here. It just didn't sell for me, but Corbin walks away mid-match and leaves Moss in the ring as Drew beats Moss with a Claymore. Corbin then hits an end of days after the match, stealing Drew's sword, Angela. Drew was kind of pissed off about that. But I just don't know how I feel about Corbin taking on Drew. Like, it's not like Drew deserves better, but it's just been lagging for me, man. It really has.
Oh, I'm gonna absolutely disagree with you. Drew definitely deserves better. Just think about it. 365 days ago, he was the WWE champion. He couldn't defend that title at WrestleMania with a full crowd. Now he's facing Happy Corbin in a sword match. Like, what the hell's going on, man? I do not like it at all.
I don't know. It sucks, and he really has to win that WWE championship in front of a live crowd.
He deserves it.
Honestly, I think WrestleMania would have been a perfect time to do it, but that's obviously not the case. But let's go to our main event. The main event sold. I liked it. I think this was the match of the night, and they really gave us about 30 minutes of these competitors. The Usos take on RK Bro for our main event, Boogs and Nakamura ringside. This was match of the night. Easy hands down. The Street Profits attacked RK Bro to cause a DQ, allowing Boogs and Shinsuke to add in an attack, but RK Bro ended up standing tall, delivering RKOs to both Dawkins and Ford to close out Raw. That was the go-home show for WrestleMania. It sold, man. It really did, but let me just ask you, what match are you looking forward to most come WrestleMania? Either Saturday or Sunday. Just what's that match?
Oh, I hate to say this. I think the main event, Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, is absolutely going to steal the show. I cannot wait to see The Miz and Logan Paul versus the Mysterios. That'll be my fun match. And I think a sleeper match could be Edge versus AJ Styles. Those are my three matches I'm looking forward to.
I couldn't agree more. I really couldn't. I think the sleeper match, Edge and AJ, and like you said, the fun match, Miz and Logan versus Mysterios. Miz, his shenanigans just doesn't stop with them, and it's just so entertaining. And then, of course, I think Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. So I'm gonna have to agree with you there. But without further ado, we will probably post a predictions video with all the matches. I think everything's confirmed. So without further ado, Kyle, let's wrap this puppy up.
Yeah, man. Always
we'll comment for WrestleMania, huh?
Yeah, man. I'm here for it. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Peace out, and we will have a SmackDown recap for you on Saturday, a WrestleMania Night 1 recap for you on Saturday probably as well, and a WrestleMania night. We're going to have a lot of videos. I don't know how many videos we're going to have, but stay posted. Hit that notification bell, and we will see you guys soon. Peace out.
Let's take some pictures together like Austin Theory. Let's take some selfies, right?
Peace out.
Come on and fight.